Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and I hope you're all having a wonderful and creative day. Today is going to be the start of my green series journal. I just finished up the pink one. So I've gone ahead and so far I've made the cover for the green journal. And what I've done is glued it with matte gel medium to, what do you call it, manila envelopes, I think they're called. I get them at the dollar store. Let me see, I get a thing. Envelopes, peel and seal. Yeah, you get 5 of them for $1, $1.25, whatever you want to call it. So I have glued them front and back, and I will take them to the sewing machine and sew them together at some point. I still have to figure out how I'm going to bind them, so I might wait to sew them together until I figure out if I want to put something in between for the ties. But I thought I would show you. I figured since I've got my stuff out, my mess out, I'm going to go ahead and glue all of the covers together. And I won't bore you with all of them. I'll put them on probably a quick film. And I'll do one on camera just to show in case there's anyone new that hasn't done it before. So let me get these out of the way and let me get a little surface prep here. I don't want to totally glue up my mat. And let us get an envelope. So I did seal them already just so they don't flop open. And I do like to put the fabric on the side that doesn't have the ridges, because then the ridges end up getting put together on the inside. So it's a little bit chance of a smoother finish. So I'm going to glue the outside of this. And I'm just using sponge brushes because you can use them a couple times. I have washed them out and reuse them a couple times, but if they get too squishy and mushy, they're cheap, so you can throw them away. I would say I used to get mine at Joann Fabrics, but no more. I'm sure Hobby Lobby and or Michael's carries sponge brushes. And I'm sure they probably even have them on Amazon. They're definitely an easy thing to track down. Okay, I'm going to do my best to put a coat on everything in the front here so that my fabric sticks evenly. And try to finish it before it dries. All right, so let me get this out of the way. And this is in no particular order. I just happen to have the red sitting there next. So I'm going to flip that down. Make sure there's no strings on the back. And I'm going to do my best to center this straight. And then flip it over. Now, I have, there is some wrinkles in the fabric. But usually when I do it with this method, with the matte gel medium, the glue will help iron it out and get rid of any of the wrinkles. And you can usually feel if there's any wrinkles in there. Give it a little pull because there is time for it to dry, and you can get rid of anything that you feel is in the way. Okay, here we go. And I forgot to check, but it looks like the bird is going to be right in the top. I can feel that. Usually I like to check and see. That'll be enough. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so next we're going to cut off the corners, to miter them, as they say, just to make sure that there is no bulk when we fold it over. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think my scissors are getting some glue on them, or they need some sharpening. They don't seem to be cutting as well as I would like. Okay, now I do have a second brush. I found that a thinner one, thinner meaning this way, is a little better for doing this backside, because I don't need to cover the whole back. I just need to cover enough on these sides to flip the fabric up. Okay, I'm going to pull I'm going to give a little bit of a tug, but not too much to roll the envelope over, but enough so that it is tight. And we are just going to brush that on. Okay, I like to do opposite sides. Not sure why, just one of those things. You could definitely go in a row. Okay, we're just gonna nice even thin coat and fold up. I like to fold from the center and then work my way out. Gives less of a chance of it shifting to the side, because I found if you start on the one side and then keep pushing, sometimes when you get to the end, it's a little wonky. So if I start in the middle, I tend to not have that happen. Okay, to the third side. Now you want to make sure you put it not only on the envelope, but a little glue on the fabric from the two sides you've done already, because it is going to overlap just a tiny bit, because it's hard to miter exactly. Oops, get down. Now it doesn't have to be completely down by any means, because when like how that is sitting up, I mean, if I was fussy about it, I could throw a little bit of glue on there and get it to go down. But when the other fabric, the inside of the cover gets on here and it's sewed around the outside, it will never be known that that fabric was not glued down at all. Okay, last side. Just really kind of gluing it to hold it in place so that when it gets sewed, it doesn't shift. Now, if you don't want to sew, then this method will work also, because you have glued it down tremendously. What you will have to do, though, is take the second piece of fabric, one that's covered, and then put glue on here and glue those two together. Okay, another way that I've done it before, and it's a little bit not harder, but you have to be a little bit more precise, is you take, once this is done, you can take your regular fabric and you can just go ahead and glue it like this. But if you want to make sure your ends aren't rough, because I tear mine, you can kind of tell, I tear my fabric to put it together. But if you want to cut it even, that'll work. Another thing you can do is take a piece of paper, and like a scrapbook piece of paper. See if I have one handy here. Not the right size, but I have one handy. You could take a scrapbook piece of paper that fits inside of here and go ahead and glue that down, leaving a little bit of edge, and call that a day. So there is options with this method to doing it. Okay, so the top is done for this one, and we will go ahead and glue the bottom one. Same way we did the top. All right, so after I finish this one, whoops, you want the bigger one. We'll just get that out of the way. After I finish, I get glue all over my finger. After I finish this one, I'm going to insert me gluing all the other covers. And I'll come back at the end with a quick recap for it. I will not be putting the green journal together in this video because I need it, it's still a bit damp. And I need it to dry completely before I put it through my sewing machine. I do not want to sew these on wet glue by any means. So it will be probably tomorrow in my world, and just minutes for you to see the finished products of these. Now, I think I've mentioned it already that I decided to do all these at once because I got the mess out. and I can do them all at once, but then these will all be done for when I do all the other journals, because like this red one, I think I have it estimated that it's going to be June for this one. So it'll be well dry by then. But it is Mass Make March. Lots of people are participating in that, so I guess I could call this a mass make, as I am making all the covers at once in one day and a half. Probably would have been one day, but I did start this video a little later in the afternoon, so I had to take care of some sales for my Etsy store this morning. Okay, let's do the corners. I have just getting glue all over the place. Okay. Now, you might have noticed, you might not, on the top, I did the longer side first, 2 longer sides, and this one I'm doing the 2 shorter sides. There really is no reason why I would do longer, taller first. It just happened to be that this was that side was closest to me when I flipped it over, and that is the side I started on. The backs won't be seen, or these would be the insides, really, if you want to call it that. So if they're crooked, it is not a big deal. Okay, and last side. Okay, I think both of those brushes might be on their final goodbye tour, because they were both used before. And to get these done, so I think they've done their share. I know my hands have done their share. Okay. All right, a little bit of a bump there. Hopefully it will work itself out and flatten itself out. Okay. All right, well, like I said, upcoming is the fast forward of the other colors, and then I will be back with these all ready to go. right, I am back and these are all done. I have not sewn the tops to the backs, fronts to the backs together, just because I think I said earlier, I'm not sure how I'll end up attaching them. If I need to put some sort of enclosure between them or how I'm going to do them. So I just want to show you that they were finished. And these are going to be so fun. I love how that plate's right there. This is very cool. And they're probably dry enough to fold to see what they look like. Unfortunately, that bird is around the corner. But yeah, very fun. And then the back is the marbled effect. Love it. And then this purple one. Again, the plate there, lace, very fun. I don't think this is going to get a bird who gets decapitated on this one. Yeah, I like how that lace wraps around the front to the back. Very fun. And the corresponding solid that goes with it. I love it. Top. All right, and the yellow one. Advertising, very fun. Number in the back. Very cool. Okay, let's see. We saved the bird on this one. I'll go back in later and use a bone folder or something just to make sure that is completely flat in there. But yeah, another marble for the back. It's awesome. Cool. And then the red one. I like that apple jelly sign. Bird in the back, bird up in the corner. Farm's going to get flipped around the spine, but that is okay. Yeah, and then the red, again, kind of a mottled. So yeah, I'm very excited for these. I can't wait to see how they end up turning out when we get to them. But we do have a lot of time. I said the green one is in progress. I showed that earlier. I think I said that. So I'm not going to show it again. But yeah, there's the 4 that I did in fast motion. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed seeing me how I create my fabric covered journals with the envelopes. And the second journals that go with each coordinating one have not been decided yet. So you'll have to come back and see when I do the orange, yellow, purple, and red, and see what the second journal will be for that month. Okay, that's going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by and hung out with me today. If you have any questions, make sure you ask below in the comments. I always am willing and happy to answer any questions you have. That's it for today. Thanks so much and have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.